Hello, gentle viewers. This is Subindian, welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 20 with the Milwaukee Brewers. We're entering our fifth season. Last season we won 87 and 75. And we didn't quite make the postseason, unfortunately. If we take a quick look at our team's history, though, that's the best season we've ever had. And we're at the point in baseball where we can probably start trying to make a move or two to push us over the hump. Now, one thing we're going to do that we haven't done in a while, because I keep forgetting to do it, is increase our ticket prices. If we look at the Yankees are charging double what we are. If we look at the White Sox, they're charging more than double. Braves, everyone's charging at least $2, it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and set our ticket price to $1.75. Just change things up a little bit, and maybe it'll increase revenues, which would be quite welcome at this point. Right, next step. He's pretty happy. He wanted better on base percentage. So did I. We'll work on it. He's satisfied, but that's it. Don Cardwell did retire. He blew out his arm, didn't he? He's not really a Hall of Famer. Nothing I'm looking at in these numbers suggests that he is. He pitched a lot of innings, but didn't strike many people out. Only 134 wins. He's not a Hall of Famer. We did get an extension for another year, though. So hopefully, we can make some real noise this season. We need to get a winning record, and we need to improve our runs scored, which means improving the offense. Since I haven't played this game for a while, we're gonna take a real quick look at the roster. Okay, so we're gonna have a full year of Johnny Grubb, hopefully. And he turned out quite well in his first full season. Decent amount of power, good batting average, got on base, stole some bases. Bill Buckner eventually did turn it around. I'd like to see him draw some more walks, but that's all right. We really just need more production across the board from pretty much everyone. Roger Repos turned out a pretty nice season for us in short term. But we have to keep something very important in mind. Namely, this was by far the best he's done in a couple of years. We can't count on this level of production every year. And so we may also want to look for a new DH. Spire was fine. Bry was fine. We just don't have a lot of next level players. And that's something we're going to have to address this offseason. If we check the minors, do we have anyone ready to jump in and contribute? It's mostly relievers. So, what do we do now? Our pitching staff remains excellent. And I think that's going to be the key to us getting to the plus. We do need to improve the offense, which probably means we have to make a smart draft. So, can I see the draft order yet? I cannot. Mom, we should get a decent pick or two. Let's go ahead and advance up to the pool announcement. We do have to bring Dave Boswell back, don't we? And I also want to quickly jump into here because we need to hire a new hitting coach for rookie ball. Sure, why not? Is there anyone here that I want to bring back? First of all, is anyone in contract but mine expiring? Our pitching coach. He's done an awesome job. So I would like to bring him back. Please and thank you. I do think we probably need a new hitting coach. I mean, he does help out guys like Carlton Fisk, which is good. We really need help getting on base, and hopefully we find a solution to that particular issue sooner rather than later. All right. Because you really only need, I'd say, to win 90 games to have a reasonably good chance of making the playoffs. Ed Goodson got a gold glove at first base, as did Steve Bry. Congratulations to both of them. This is not very good, though. A league average bat at first base is not something that I'm willing to invest heavily in. So we're going to need to have a chat about that in a future season. Find a way to maybe get a replacement. Draft pool announcement, please. Oh, we got a reliever of the year, which is pretty sweet. And it was unanimous. And Terry Forster had an amazing season, so I have absolutely no regrets there. Okay. Who do we have here? Keith Hernandez would be a very nice addition to the team. As would Jim Rice. I love Gary Carter, but it's not clear that he's better than Pudge, so we'll probably would skip on him. Mike Hargrove would be a really nice pickup too. So those are my top three would be in some order: Keith Hernandez, Jim Rice, and Mike Hargrove. Of the three, Jim Rice is such a good power hitter, which is a tool that the other two just don't have to the same degree. So Jim Rice would probably be my ideal pick. But here's our issue. I'm not even going to get a top 10 pick, I don't think. I'm at number 22. So I'm going to have to find someone in the back half of the draft pool. Let's quickly explore the draft pool. Robin Yount, that would be another nice addition. We probably start looking into the 60s and 50s to find the player that we want. Dave Parker would be a nice offensive addition, even if he can't draw walks. But then again, he just also increase our runs scored this year. So maybe Dave Parker should be our target. Rick Burleson can't really hit. Dave Winfield would be an excellent addition to the team. He'd be an all-around set. Mike Hargrove might be available. Jerry Mumphrey is not a great hitter. Is that Bip Roberts? No, it's just Leon Roberts. It looks like there's enough decent offensive players that we should be able to get someone. I'll tell you what, if he falls, and I don't think he will, I would jump all over Dave Winfield. Like, those of you who've been watching me for a while know that I missed a chance to grab him in a different video. And I really wish I had grabbed him. Because look at this skill set. He would be the perfect addition to this team. I would happily stick him in right field, and because Steve Bry's value is primarily defensive, he's not really a great hitter. So there are some chances which are available to us. I would also like to try to, if we can, cut a little payroll. The problem is we've got a lot of young a lot of young players. Ed Goodson, I think, is someone I might try to trade. Because here's the issue, right? Right now, if I look at the scouting budget, they're going to cut my budget. Actually, can I just reduce this to the 222? That is the league baseline. Enter. Okay, that's actually all I had to do was just cut the salary. And I'd rather pour the money into player development rather than anything else. Okay. So, that all said, I think it's time to advance to the winter meetings. I think I'm going to wait to make any trades until after the draft. Once I see who we might acquire in the draft, I'll know who's expendable and who I could move to fill other holes. Holes. Let's look at the Hall of Fame roster. Lou Burdett, meh. I will keep voting for Bob Friend. I'm frankly surprised he hasn't gotten in yet already. I have a soft spot for Minnie Minoso. I'd vote for him even if I otherwise don't think he is worthy. Billy Pierce should definitely get some looks. Kurt Simmons, absolutely. Eno Slaughter, not so much. Eddie Yost, not so much. Yeah. There's just a lot of players here who would go into the Hall of Very Good on the first ballot. But, like, Mike Garcia, for example. A nice career, a decent amount of strikeouts, some good complete games and shutouts. But at the end of the day, he's not... If we compare him to the average Hall of Fame pitcher, he falls pretty far short. So, I'm just going to submit my ballot for these four, and then whoever gets picked, gets picked. Alright. I'm thinking Mike Hargrove. Not in terms of who I want. Oh, there's also Fred Lynn. Holy shit. Yeah, there's no way Fred Lynn makes it to me. I'm just going to ignore that possibility. It's not happening. Alright. Let's I bet that Fred Lynn is the first overall pick. Or John Montefusco, but probably Fred Lynn. No, they went John Montefusco. Kansas City got Robin Yount. There goes Fred Lynn to the Pirates. Steve Rogers to the Reds. There goes Jim Rice to the Mets. Ed Halicki to the Cubs. Gary Carter to the White Sox. Dave Winfield keeps slipping, you guys. Sixto Lezcano to the Giants. Keith Hernandez to the Angels. John Stearns to the Yankees. Rick Burleson to the A's. Dennis Leonard to Boston. Mike Hargrove to the Giants. How far am I from picking now? Oh shit, there's a lot of people till I get to pick. I don't think we're going to get Dave Winfield. I think he's going to be gone long before I get to pick. Which really sucks. We'll see what happens. We have to hope. We have to hope. Oh, I just clicked the auto draft to me, didn't I? Okay. Damn it. I don't want to invest in starting pitching. I need to invest in the offense somehow this year. Jim Sundberg is a great defender who can't hit. A Greg Gross can hit. Al Cowens can hit. Maybe Cowens is the player we go for. Ray Knight has loads of potential, but isn't really ready for the bigs yet. Lamar Johnson. I think we take Al Cowens because we need the offensive hit. And I know he's not going to be ready for the big leagues his first year, but I think he'll develop quickly. So that's who I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab Al Cowens. Excuse me. Dwayne Kuiper. Kuiper's a really good hitter and a fairly good second baseman. I could grab him. And now we're at the part of the draft where, frankly, there's just not much that anyone really does that stands out. I might just sim the rest of the draft at this point. There's not enough players left to make it worth my time, so we'll just complete the draft for now. The good news is this draft class won't cost me a lot. The bad news is there's not a lot of upside. Excuse me. There's a lot of upside to this class. There's not a lot of right now. Except Kuiper. Because he's really decent at getting on base and a pretty fair second baseman. He might be ready for the majors now. Cowens, I definitely want to send to at least A-ball or AA. Moats is a center fielder who can't really play center field, but might hit at some point. Travers is terrible. Randy Sterling's not much better. I will add Moats as at least a player that appears to be interesting, but I think he's one that's going to take some time to truly develop. Damn. I really wish we'd gotten a better pick, but we didn't. I have to accept that. Is there anyone really good on my team who might be eligible for the Rule 5? Nope. Is there anyone in the Rule 5 worth taking? Okay, so here's Al Cowens. Oh, did I let the AI manage the minors, or am I doing that myself? I'm doing that myself. That's fair. There's not much to manage. Al, you are not starting in rookie ball. I think I'll start you in A. Really? You think you can handle double A? You know what? I'm going to promote him aggressively, but I am going to start him in A-ball. I want him to have an easy time of it. And let's quickly check the Rule 5. Yeah, if there are any good players in the Rule 5, I probably will not be getting them. And look, there really aren't any, if we're honest with one another. I'm just going to go ahead and complete it. I'm not going to bother making any picks. Until minor league options really become a thing, there's generally not a lot you can do to establish good Rule 5 picks. Kuiper is going to go to AAA for now. Randy Sterling is shit. Moats, you're already 25. You're starting in Aurora. And Travers is whatever. No one got inducted. That's fair. We'll go right up to the preseason. Okay. So, question number 1. Who's my current second baseman? I have a lot of mediocre second basemen. None of them are very good hitters. Dwayne Kuiper is potentially a good hitter. This strikes me as a bit of a no-brainer that we need to promote Kuiper and give him a chance in the majors. Like, I know he doesn't hit much for power, but frankly, he's just here to get a lot of contact. So let's just open up the possibility of trading one of my 5 second basemen. Fred Stanley, maybe? Joe Morgan? Uh, we can try. I mean, Morgan's obviously the one I'd want to move of the group. But I have a hard time believing that anyone would give me anything useful for him. I was wrong. I'll take a John Moore loan for him. It'll save money. I mean, you're not going to give me anything else, so I'm not even going to bother asking. That's just about shedding payroll. There really aren't any good free agents. There just aren't. Like, I could grab Cleve Boyer as someone that could play really good third base and shortstop. As a utility guy, he's not useless. Anyone else I want to try to move? Woodward is probably hugely overpaid. Not as bad as it seems. What can I get for you? Nothing. Okay. Is there any position I have too much talent at? Not really. I just need more raw talent, and Kuiper helps, and so will Cowens once he's ready for the bigs. But I don't want to rush him. He should be ready for or about spring training. Who the hell is John Curtis? This guy's like terrible. Why do I even have him? I think he's just a back end of the bullpen guy, which isn't like the worst thing in the world, but it's certainly not something that I want. Can I flip him for anything marginally interesting? Hell, let's throw in veterans. If I can get a really good player and eat some salary, I will trade him. Ken Harrelson would be a potential offensive upgrade, but no, I think we want to hold out for something better. Tommy Aggie? No, he can't hit. Matty Alou? Matty Alou would be a pretty good DH. But I'd kind of like someone that can hit a little bit better. Tommy McCraw. Yeah, there's just not much here in terms of offense. Ken Harrelson's about as good as it gets. I can grab him. We'll find something to do with him. Fans are pretty happy about Hawk Harrelson for some weird reason. Fancy that. And there he goes. What could I get for Ed Goodson? Like, I know the dude just won a Gold Glove, but it looks like his bat is just terrible. So maybe this is the year to move on from him. Because I'm trying to get that one or two extra pieces to push us over the brink. Ken Berry is reasonable, but not ideal. I could really use a really solid third baseman. Third base has really been a weakness for us for quite some time now. I'm seeing a lot of players I don't find particularly helpful. Yeah, there's... this is like average players is what people are offering. Mike Hegan can get on base pretty well. But I already had Mike Hegan. So I think we'll just skip it for now. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and skip through. Well, oh no, that's right. You haven't redone the top prospect list, have you? Play until next month. Remember, the offense just has to be better. It doesn't have to be perfect. Player development. Bob Reynolds got better. There's Steve Simpson getting better. Al Cowens got quite a bit better, actually. But I still want him to get minor league experience before we start pushing him. Because he's a long way from his upside. And when he is ready to hit his upside, I want him to be on the team for a while. So, let's make our decisions. I have 16 hitters and 11 pitchers. So the hitters are what's going to go. I do not need 4 second basemen. I just don't. Mike Tyson is getting demoted. Do I demote another second baseman, like Woodward? Yeah. There we go. Please turn Castro into a reliever. Thanks. He's a fair bit better as a reliever. Okay. That said, let's advance to opening day. And none of them are Milwaukee Brewers, which is not surprising at all. Damn, I wish I'd gotten Dave Winfield. But we're kind of in a weird place right now. But even a fairly minor improvement to our offense should kick us into playoff territory, in my opinion. Wait, we're not starting Dwayne Kuiper? Why the hell not? Do I have to overrule my manager again? Like, I know that Stanley's the better second baseman, and I also know that he can't hit his way out of a paper bag. Manager, he is your starting second baseman. At least for this year. So how's about we try this again? There we go. I don't mind that you're betting Kuiper 8th. but I'm not letting you put an offensive no talent at second base. We need someone who genuinely can hit. Let us play our very first month of the season. Remember, we're not looking for offensive stardom. We're looking for offensive improvement. If we can get that, I think we've got a great chance to make the playoffs this year. Ooh, we got the pitcher of the month and Burt Blyleven. Is that Billy Williams hitting his 300th? Congratulations, Billy. Burt Blyleven has another exceptional month. That's no surprise. I'm genuinely surprised that Cowens didn't get an award. He's crushing the baseball, like, really hard. We might promote him in June. Hopefully you guys can't hear the lawnmower outside. I can't do much about that. I live in an apartment complex, so they mow when they want to mow, not when I want them to mow. Okay. Cowens got Player of the Week. All-Star Game voting starts. Any major changes? Bob Reynolds got better. Kuiper got slightly better. Sudeikis got slightly better. Hey guys, I'm going to mute my microphone for a second until the lawnmower goes. Give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. The lawnmower... So my window literally faces the outside. And the lawnmower... Up, it's coming back again. God damn it, really? Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys couldn't hear that. If you did, I do apologize. Right, back to baseball. Johnny Grubb is getting even better at hitting, and he's having a pretty good year. Steve Simpson got a bit better. Woody Woodward and Mike Tyson both got quite a bit better. Nothing much about Coates. But I do think Coates has established that he's amazing and probably deserves to be promoted. Yeah, I mean, he's doing everything in single A. Have a trip to double A. He's going to be in the majors probably by the end of this year. Depending on any injuries that might happen. Anything else here? Not really. Okay. So what's going on so far this year? We're third in runs scored, and it looks like mostly it's driven by high batting average. Excuse me. Which I don't love. I do not love that we're spending, because batting average is very, very high fluctuating, and I'm really concerned about that. We're only 10th in home runs. No one has double-digit homers yet, and it's June already. Our pitching staff is fairly good, except for the back end of the starters. I think maybe we're about due for a new starter. But I don't have anyone that's remotely ready to take over as a starter, so we're just going to have to muddle through that one. Our defense is really terrible. And I struggle to think of who's holding us back, but I have the feeling the answer is probably Dwayne Kuiper. Fielding stats, please and thank you. Give me zone rating. Yeah, we've got bad defensive players at virtually all the important positions. I wish Grubb didn't have to play center. I don't think he can hack it. But I also don't have anyone better, so... You know... Just kind of have to punt on having a good defense this year, I guess. Personal message. Jim Slayton is going to come right back. Bry's going to miss a couple of days. We get an injection of quality offense into this lineup. Are you ready to make Al Cowens make the jump? Are we ready to put him in the Major League lineup? I just don't know. I don't want to rush him. But if we're going to make the playoffs this year, I need to do something. I need to improve the rotation. And I need to get a little bit more power in my offense, but I really need to improve the rotation. So, first of all, who's on the trading block? That could be a useful addition. Bill Hands would be a mighty nice addition. As would Mel Stottlemyre Sr., but I think I want Bill Hands. What do I got to trade for him? What would you like? Wait, you would take John Slayton, who's a much worse version of Bill Hands. Okay, so Slayton is 37, 46, 69. Hands is 44, 56, 77. Would you be willing to get... No, because you drafted him just this year, so you're going to say, oh, I can't trade him. Yeah. Yeah. Is this worth it? Is this worth it? The thing is, my defense is pretty bad, right? Maybe Bill Hands is not the kind of pitcher I want. Mel Stottlemyre Sr. Damn it. I want to make an upgrade, but I just don't know where to make the upgrade. What would you say if I offered you Mike Tyson? Quit it. It does open up the options, but unfortunately still not to the point where there's anyone here that I'm willing to trade. Added Woody Woodward. Yeah. Like, Slayton is pretty bad, actually. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to trade you Slayton for Hands and hope that Hands provides some more talent. Alright, onward and upward. Here's the thing, you're not good enough to be part of the starting lineup. I'm going to flip you. Can I get absolutely anything of value out of Danny Cater? Jim Rollins a really good relief pitcher. You know what? That's definitely worth it to me. Look, I know you think it doesn't make much sense, but they're not going to give me much in addition, so I'll just take this deal. And then I'm actually going to promote Roland, obviously. Who is now the worst pitcher on the roster? It's Kester. I'm going to call up Tyson and let him play at least a little bit. Strengthen the bullpen a touch. We do need to replace Boswell at some point. But I think that's going to have to wait till next year's draft. Look, Roger, I appreciate your concern, but you also suck this year. You hit better, you get more playing time. Them's the breaks. He's pretty happy. Let's go ahead and just give everyone new contracts. I really can't be bothered to go through and pick the best of the best. You know what I'm going to do? Yeah, Tony, you're not very good. Okay, Joe Price has never failed to score 566 runs, which you've only beaten twice. I think Joe Price has earned a promotion and you've earned a demotion. Fine then. You're fired. And I'm just going to move people up all along the board. I want you to be hitting coach in AAA. Hitting coach in A, or AA rather. And you can be the hitting coach for A. And we'll hire a new short season guy. Let's do 2 years. Okay. Sweet. I just need a bit of a hot streak, and it doesn't even have to be a very long one. What does Cincinnati want? You're giving me a reasonably good bullpen guy and asking for a bad shortstop and a bad pitcher. This is actually a pretty fair deal. Now, I can talk to you to see if you'll give me something else, but I suspect you'll tell me no. You know what? Would you throw in Sam Ewing? Done. Thank you. I promote Arago. Demote Lazar. There we go. Fuck you, Roger Repos. You know what? You don't like it? Fine. I will trade you. I will trade you right now. And you can just suck it. I ain't got time for your belly aching. I could just stock up and have like the greatest bullpen of all time, but I'd really like a new starter. Jack Billingham would fill the bill quite nicely, actually. I could get Marv Rettenmund, but the problem is he doesn't fit in well with the present thing. I really just need a top-notch backup starter. Like a fifth string starter. And Dave Roberts seems like he could handle that for me. Let's try it. Would you throw in a prospect? Like Pete McCannon, maybe. I'll just make this deal. I'm not gonna nickel and dime people. Cowens, my dude. I don't think you're ready for the majors yet, but you are ready for AAA. No, I very much want you to be a starter, Roberts. So that I can then flip Boswell. And with Boswell, I can get an extra bat. Or so I'm hoping. Frank Howard has power, but nothing else. Pete Ward is actually still kind of a good hitter. He could even fill in at first base every now and again. I could bring in Milt Pappas. Mike Fiore, Sonny Jackson, Freddie Patek, Hal Breeden. Let's go ahead and trade for Matty Alou. Just as someone to fill in every now and again. I don't suppose you give me Pete Lecoq, would you? He's actually kind of terrible, in all honesty, though. Let's trade. So, hopefully this flurry of deals can push us into playoff contention. I'm not convinced for sure that they will, but I'm also equally not convinced that they won't. Because all it takes is us getting a 5 or 6 game winning streak, and we've probably got the playoffs locked up. Because none of the AL East teams are particularly strong this year. Who made it? From the Brewers. Carlton Fisk, his first All-Star appearance. Congratulations, Carlton. And Bill Sudeikis? Of all the players on my roster, I would not have expected... Okay, Terry Forster I did expect. But really? Carlton Fisk made it, huh? Huh. Just goes to show how good he can be. I'd like to see a bit more power, but I'm sure he'll get there. Bill Sudeikis is, to be fair, playing out of his goddamn mind right now. So, full props to them. Dave Moat seems to have a pretty good handle on A-ball. I think he could take a promotion. You know what, Sam? You can at least play in AAA. Bill Buckner. Nice work. How's the pitching staff look now? We're really being held back by the defense. But we've kind of pushed in... Sorry if that made a noise. I bumped my microphone. We've kind of pushed in hard on offense this year. And we are first in the league in runs scored. So that's good. Let's check that player development. Bill Hands got slightly better. He's losing a bit of control, but he is getting older, so that's reasonable. Fisk just keeps getting better. Sam Ewing took a step forward. Moats did too. Cowens. He's doing really good, actually. But not so good that I think I'm going to push him into service unless someone gets hurt. Come on, Milwaukee. Let's put some distance between us and the Yankees. No, I'm seeing the GB number go down. I should be going up, guys. Come on. Who's the rookie star of the month? Oh, Dwayne Kuiper. Good for him. God damn it, Pat Osborne. You loser. Shut off from Blyleven. Oh no, not unknown versus unknown. The Butler Drifters are off. Oh, come on. Okay, we lost Sudeikis. That's one of the worst people that we could lose at this point in the season. Because I don't have a ready replacement. So I guess I'll call up Woody Woodward and I'll let the AI make a decision on who plays third for a couple of weeks. I don't even know who that guy is, so we're just going to continue. Do I call up Cowens? No, I don't. I wait. I hope. No. No, bad Yankees. You lose. Player development. A few players got a little bit better. That's fine. Clutch shutout by Blyleven. If we beat New York, we make the playoffs. So, of course, the Yankees won. Come on, guys. Win the game. I fucking hate you. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Okay. We did it. We made the playoffs for the first time in our history. We got lucky as shit. Every move so far that I thought probably wouldn't work has worked. So that's good. We get Bill Sudeikis back. And he should be on the playoff roster, right? There he goes. Come on. Now, we do have Burt Blyleven. We have a really good rotation that hasn't performed up to their top potential this year. Let's see if they can turn it on in the playoffs. That's one victory. That's a loss. That's a third loss. Second loss, sorry. We've tied it. We've tied it up. We are one win away from the World Series. Oh, damn it. Well, you know what? I am perfectly happy with this season. We exceeded expectations. We made the playoffs. I am perfectly happy with this season, and I'm really excited to see what happens if we can get the next stage, if we can advance meaningfully in the playoffs. But for now, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you've been enjoying the series thus far. Until next time, this has been Avindian. I thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.